Whose memory was that? It's just one of many. They're swirling everywhere. The tower resonates with their strength. But who is it? Who do they belong to? There is such sadness. Zelgi's met someone. One lonely soul calling out to another. But he's no longer with us. Zelgis is gone. And now the soul that remains is once more alone.
If this is your second playthrough onward and you fulfill certain conditions, like I'll listen to the video description. But if you fulfill certain conditions on your second playthrough onward, you can trigger another memory scene involving Ike. It's essentially what happened on the day when Grail went berserk. But anyways, at least I think it was then, or maybe later on in the game. I don't remember.
How dull. I don't sense any enemies nearby. I know. Would you all like to tell you a story as we climb?
What kind of story?
One from long ago, long before the grandparents of anyone here were born. In the very beginning of this world, there was only water, until one day a girl appeared. The girl was very clever, and she forged the first land. Then she made trees and flowers, and then she created beings.
The story of the grand creation. Heard it. Wait until it's over. The girl was you, right, Yune? Or are you talking about Ashera?
Both, really, and neither, actually. At first, the girl was excited by her new world. She thought of little else. Then she started feeling lonely. Every being she created was different from her. Not a single person that could truly understand her. All alone, she grew sadder and sadder, crying for thousands of years. Then some creatures began to grow and change, becoming more clever and sophisticated. They tried to comfort the girl, eventually grew close to her. That was the birth of the Zunanma. They were your ancestors, Bjork, Laguz, everyone. In Benyon, we are taught that the Zunanma were Bjork ancestors. It makes me wonder what else in my country was warped beyond recognition.
If Nasal was joined in your party at this point, he would probably say, "Oh, that's probably some lie the senators made up to justify Laguz slaves."
It's possible that the truth was simply misunderstood, like the way everyone calls me a dark god. But let me continue. The Zunanma worshipped the girl as their own goddess. They said that her hair was as striking as a color as dawn's first light, so they gave her a name, the goddess of dawn. She was a much-loved goddess.
The goddess of dawn. That's the subtitle of the Japanese version of this game. The goddess of dawn.
The Zunanma continued to evolve and change, giving rise to a variety of races and tribes across the land. Naturally, each of the races thought their own was superior to the others, and conflict arose between them. The goddess tried to make peace among her people, but nothing could stop the warring Zunanma. Trying to separate the factions, the goddess gave them different names, Laguz and Bjork, but this only intensified their conflict. And then, the Great Flood occurred. The goddess was only trying to bring an end to the fighting, but her power was so great that all the continents were drowned in the flood, all except Tellius.
Are you sure about the story? It's very different from the history that we've been each taught.
True. In Atari, we learned that the flood was a punishment, but this sounds like she didn't even do it intentionally.
That's why we have always been so adamant that the Dark God must not be released from the medallion. Laguz rulers have been taught this for generations, though it was particularly stressed in times of war.
Among Bjork nations, we only know a vague fairy tale about the Dark God stirring up a great disaster. Neither the Laguz nor the Bjork have an accurate depiction of the sound of it. I wonder where the story got twisted. There is another standing in our way. I have a feeling he might be able to tell us. Father.
Huh?
My father. Just beyond these doors. My father's waiting.
The Gensia, king of Goldoa. He's supposed to be the one of three who defeated the Dark God Yune.
He has been blessed by Ashera. Not only that, but it's a powerful, resilient blessing from long ago. He may be nearly impossible to defeat. Let's get everyone together. There's no better time than now. I was hoping to avoid this until we reached Ashera. Actually, I hope to have not to do it at all. but she's left me with no choice. I will give you the blessings of Yune, goddess of chaos and freedom. In their natural states, the attacks of mortal creatures have no effect on divine beings. When Ashara set out to defeat me, she gathered the strongest warriors and bestowed upon them some of her power. This is called the goddess's blessing. She empowered the dual swords of the Bjork swordswoman Altina. The Laguz warriors Soen and Degensia, the leader of the dragon tribe, are also blessed. I failed then, but this time will be different. I'll use Ashara's own tricks, and I won't be defeated. Everyone, take some time now to ready yourselves. Bjork, be sure to equip your best weapons. I'll begin when everyone's ready.
Alright, okay. Wait, okay, go back. Talk to Micaiah. Are you alright, Micaiah?
Yes, I'm fine. How about you, South? Are you alright? You're not hurt?
I'm not a child, Micaiah. When are you going to start treating me like an adult?
Show me your hand.
What?
Look at your hands. They're so big. They were so small when we met.
Micaiah? Sorry, am I interrupting something? Commander!
It's alright, Ike. How can we help you?
I was scrounging around on my stuff and about to make some medicine. Figured I'd ask around to see if anyone needed it. I need to get ready. Hey, there's no rush. We still have... He didn't catch a word with that, did he?
I'm sorry about that.
How long have you been with him?
A long time. I met him when I was hiding out in the back alleys in Navaso over 10 years ago. He was so skinny, but his gaze was so piercing. I wonder how such a young boy could look like that. One day I noticed he was just standing close to me, just watching. He continued like that for a few days. One day I held out my hand. He was suspicious of me, but came over anyway. He looked like a scared animal. Then his little hand slipped into mine. It was shaking. His finger was so thin and frail. I couldn't let go after that. After that, we traveled together all over the continent. No matter where we went, we were always together.
The first time I met him, he'd hidden on a ship we were taking. He mentioned he was looking for someone who was like family to him. It was you he was searching for, wasn't it?
I tried to leave him behind. When we went to Crimea, I split off from him and took a ship to Benyan. But when I reached Benyan, war had broken out between Crimea and Dayan. I knew I had to return to Dayan to look for him. I couldn't fight him, so I went to Crimea, but I still couldn't find him. We found each other again after the war, in Dayan, in the back alleys in Navaso when we first met.
We took opposite routes to each other.
When I told him why I disappeared, he got so angry. I'd never seen him get so emotional before.
Can't say that I blame him. I'd be pretty furious if I've heard someone that I love was wandering around two countries at war. Besides, I'm sure he'd hidden his feelings about being abandoned until he saw you again.
I thought I was reaching the limit of how long I could stay with him. He grew each and every day, but I remained the same. I didn't want to live to be harmed by the curse I lived with him. Can you imagine how hard that would have been on him?
You mean the blood of the Laguz?
So you knew. Did you find out from the boy who's always beside you?
Soren, yeah. I guess you both know how to recognize people with a similar nature.
Yes, he and I are both branded.
Don't use that word. You and Soren are both people, just like me and everyone else.
People. You're just like Yune. You call both Laguz and Bjorks people.
Why should I care about the color of your hair, eyes, and skin? Or your ears, wings, or tail? No matter how long you live or what powers you possess, we're the same. At the end of the day, we're all people.
Soft talks that way too. His time with you changed him. Thank you, Ike. I've made up my mind.
About what? I realize what we're doing when anything but talking.
I thought I might travel to a far-off place after all this was over, but I won't. I'll go back to Dayan. No matter what happens, I'll have Soft by my side. I have nothing to fear as long as he's with me.
Seems the feelings between you two run both ways. But that's probably the wisest choice for Dayan, and Soft too, anyway.
Oh, may I have some medicine?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Survive, Micaiah. We need you and the guys that you host to save the people of Tellius.
Yes, I know.
Talk to Soniki.
Selgis is the Black Knight? I don't know what to say. It's unbelievable.
What was he like in Benyan?
He was the right-hand man of my most trusted aide, Duke Sephiran of Persis. He was a hero, a perfect general, and the best swordsman in all of Tellius.
Ike just defeated him, so it doesn't make Ike the best swordsman in Tellius. Anyway.
He was never anything but loyal. But he was serving another country.
Makes me wonder how Sephiran is doing.
I doubt he's been turned into stone. Even though he was captured by Lakaner and forcibly removed from his post, he'll have found a way to persevere. Sakurin always said that there's no other master of the arcane arts who can compare with Duke of Persis.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Ike, don't tell me you suspect Sephiran.
Well, look at the facts.
Do not trouble your mind with that thought. He would never betray me.
It's nice to think so. But if he's not been petrified, he would have received a message from Yune. So where is he?
The god isn't perfect, she said so herself. Maybe the message didn't reach everyone.
You have to admit, that's a weak excuse. Let's leave it at that for now. We need to focus on moving forward.
Oh, please, let's... Oh, I almost forgot. I have something for you.
What is it?
Well, you're my trusted aide, so just like Sephiran. So you have to live, so protect yourself with this.
A mercenary with a contract to act as aide to the Empress of Benyon. Who would have thought? But thanks, Saneki.
You're welcome, Ike, and thank you.
You got a Pavice. And racing. Ike, take a look at this. Hey, now, where'd you stumble across it? Lying around outside the tower. This seems like the sort of thing I should bring to your attention. It's very nice of you, but you didn't have to. Do whatever you want with it. Really? You think I'd be able to use it? Well, I don't get hasty. I don't think it's right for you. I know, I'm just kidding, Ike. Thanks. It's a very rare item. I'll cherish it. Please do. You got a guard. Okay. Items. Give the Alunite sword to your best swordsman other than Ike. In our case, it's Mia. Okay, you equip the Rex Aura. You equip Basilard. You equip Ragnall. Put this and this away. Put that, don't need that. You put this away. Take the Urvan axe. I can find it. Here it is. Alright, put that away, put that away. Take the Rex Caliber Tome. Equip the double bow. You handle that. Equip the Alunite sword. Okay, you got that equipped. Take that. Take a vulnerary. Alright, well, I'm gonna save it here and call it a day. I got things to do, so. I will see you all another time. Alright, see you everybody. Bye.